Yo, welcome to the channel. My name's DeeSimilar, and this is part 5 of Black Ops 6 Worst to Best, a recurring series on this channel where I share my rankings of all the shotguns from worst to best after having a fair amount of experience unlocking mastery camos with each. To all the viewers who are waiting for the pistols, I hear you. They're up next for worst to best. I felt the need to expedite the shotguns for timeless because a new one just got added to the game and it is included in this video. As a reminder, this is my sole opinion. If you happen to disagree, you're welcome to share your own opinions or own worst to best list in the comments. I also invite you to drop a like on the video and please consider subscribing to the channel. We're on a journey to 50,000 subscribers and any help along the way is greatly appreciated. First up is technically the worst at the number 3 spot. This is going to the Maelstrom, which is the new shotgun with Season 1 Reloaded. Now, I wouldn't quite call this weapon terrible. I don't even necessarily think calling it the worst shotgun is quite fair. But this is a full auto, low damage shotgun with very limited range. The key to performing well with the Maelstrom is to keep your engagements close. You generally can expect between 3 to 5 shots to kill with the Maelstrom. If you can keep your shots low, this is a competitive shotgun, and even up to like 5 shots, it's usable compared to its competition. The thing I actually like about the Maelstrom though is that it is consistent even though it may feel a little underpowered. I don't know if y'all have experienced these shotguns in Black Ops 6, but they can be wildly inconsistent. There actually is a way to increase consistency tenfold, and that is the tactical laser attachment. You'll see me using this in all the gameplay in this video. I actually have a dedicated video I have linked in the description you can check out afterwards. But tactical laser is a must-use attachment, but that's to say even with the best setup, the shotgun can be frustrating, and that's the one thing the Maelstrom has going for it. For example, if you fail to get a one-shot kill with the pump action, it takes nearly 1 full second to get each follow-up shot off. With the Maelstrom, that's the equivalent of firing off 6 shots, and you know you're going to be securing the kill where you might be getting another hit marker with the pump action for all you know. One noticeable, I think, flaw is the right way to put it, at least it's the last thing worth mentioning with the Maelstrom, is that it does run out of ammo quickly. You get 10 in the mag, you can get up to 14 with extended mags, and the actual ammo count isn't the problem. The problem is that you run out of reserves quickly. I think an ammo box or a scavenger is required if you want to get more than like half a dozen kills per life with the Maelstrom. This thing burns through rounds quick. The Maelstrom and the shotgun up next at the number 2 spot I think are equally as mid, but for different reasons. The Maelstrom is less powerful, but less aggravating to use because at least it is consistent. Each shotgun has its pros and cons. With that said, this is purely based on multiplayer performance. I do want to be transparent here. I heard the Maelstrom is really good in Warzone, especially with Dragon's Breath. In multiplayer, I do not recommend you use Dragon's Breath. You're going to be getting way more hit markers. I also heard that the Maelstrom is one of the worst weapons in zombies, so just keep in mind, every gun doesn't have to be good at everything. Maybe this was intended to succeed in Warzone and be okay in multiplayer. Again, in multiplayer, it's decent. I can't say it's the worst, but it's clearly not the best. That brings us to the next shotgun at the number 2 spot. I'd probably frame it as second worst shotgun. Some people might think it's the second best. Some people might think it's the best, but number 2 is going to the Marine SP. This is a pump action shotgun, which is going to be your best shotgun for one-shot kills at longer ranges, which a lot of people, I mean, historically, people kind of gravitate towards these shotguns. If you kit it and take advantage of its movement to, be agile, duck in and out of cover, the Marine SP can feel great, especially when your shots are connecting and everyone is dying in one shots. But the one shots are not consistent, and it is incredibly frustrating when you get a hit marker at a range where you'd expect the enemy to die in one shot, and that happens a lot. Part of the frustration with the Marine SP is that its fire rate is as slow as molasses. It takes 952 milliseconds to fire a follow-up shot. That is enough time for you to be killed 3 times over by these slower killing weapons in this game. Its fire rate is so slow, and even rapid fire doesn't help much. Plus, rapid fire reduces your range, which you do not want with the Marine SP. It's not an ideal trade-off. It just makes rapid fire unappealing to me. The Marine SP also suffers from what I would call an overall slow reload. Now, this gun reloads shell by shell as opposed to a magazine, which has its pros and cons. The con is that a full reload from empty to 8 shells takes forever. It's over 6 seconds. But on the other hand, you can reload as many shells at a time as you want, and that's a pro. For example, you get a couple kills and choose to reload only 2 shells to finish off a threat that's around the corner, and that 2-shell reload will take roughly 1 second compared to 3 seconds it takes to reload a magazine or whatever. I guess that's to say the pros and cons of the Marine SP ammo is that it does allow for some flexibility that the other shotguns don't necessarily quite have. With that said, it's just that the Marine SP overall feels very finicky. Yeah, it can one-shot, and it feels great when it does, but I find it to be one of the more inconsistent weapons I've used in Black Ops 6 so far, and that just leads to a lot of frustration. I'm curious to hear what y'all think, but I think that pretty much wraps up my thoughts on the Marine. That brings us to the best shotgun in Black Ops 6, but a quick reminder, if you guys have not tapped that like button, please do so. I'd greatly appreciate it. And also consider getting subscribed to the channel. Got a whole lot more worst to best on the way. But number one, the best shotgun. I feel confident saying this is the best shotgun in Black Ops 6. This goes to the ASG-89. This is clearly the best in my opinion. It is a semi-auto shotgun that is capable of one-shotting, which is fantastic. And the one-shot range is fairly generous. There's many times where I was surprised I killed someone in one shot. It's like a couple meters at least. It's longer than like being point-blank barrel stuffing. Otherwise, you're going to be getting a 2-3 shot kill with the ASG, and it is a reliable 2-3 shot kill. What's really great about the ASG though is with the right attachments, this has the tightest pellet spread between all 3 shotguns, which means you're dealing even more consistent damage and getting better damage over range. You can reliably spray someone down in 2-3 bullets that is halfway across, well, depends what map you're playing, but you know, halfway across Nuketown or something like that, for example. The ASG also benefits from a good amount of ammo to work with, plus it has a fast reload. It uses a magazine to reload, and even when you're using an extended mag, which slows down your reload on paper, the reload is still fairly quick. It's just easily my favorite shotgun. It's statistically the best. It feels the best. I don't know how many of y'all played Black Ops 3, but if you remember the Brecci shotgun from back then, the ASG is very reminiscent of that shotgun. It's probably one of the best semi-auto shotguns of all time in Call of Duty. The ASG doesn't get as many one-shots as the Brecci did, but it is very, very good and well-deserving of the #1 spot. That's just my opinion. Again, you're welcome to leave your own down below in the comments. If you are wondering how to make shotguns more consistent, check out my video on the tac laser. It'll pop up on the screen in just seconds. Also linked down below in the description. That attachment makes night and day difference to your gameplay. That's it for the worst to best shotguns. Next up will be the pistols by popular request. If you haven't liked the video yet, you're contractually obligated to hit that like button. You watch the video all the way through, and also consider getting subscribed to the channel if you aren't already. My name's DeeSimilar. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.